What is going on, everybody? I am Down South 77, and this is 3-Star Draw. Welcome back if you are a returning subscriber, and welcome here if you are a new one. This is an adult collector channel where we usually talk G.I. Joe, and when we usually talk G.I. Joe, we usually talk G.I. Joe Classified. Every now and then, take a look at some other stuff that I'm interested in, just some other lines, give you guys an idea of other stuff I like, maybe help you make up your mind if there's something you're on the fence about. Today, though, we are walking the straight and narrow path. We're staying on the righteous because we're going to be talking about G.I. Joe Classified, specifically the 60th anniversary action pilot Halo Jumper. I'm not a big fan of the 60th anniversary figures. I've made no bones about that. I had the first two, didn't really enjoy them, so I was going to hold off on these. But my good friend Krusty Old Crow did pick them up, did tell me how good both of these figures were, and I said, okay, well, if I see them, I'll pick up the Halo Jumper. I'll pick up the Action Pilot. That's the one I think is the coolest. Well, he found him first and actually sent me this guy as a gift. So thank you, Crow. And he actually did tell me how much he liked the Marine Sniper. So I actually did find that one on sale, and I picked it up, did a video on it, so go check that out if you're interested. And I really do like that figure. Matter of fact, I want another one of those Marine Sniper figures. That's a really, really good figure. Probably one of the better classified figures that's come out for a while. That's a really good figure. So I hope this one is. It's an Airborne buck. Airborne's a fantastic figure, so why should it not be? Let's go ahead and take a look at this guy, and that way we can get him up there by the Dragonfly with the other Halo Jumper.
Ripcord, how's it going on your end?
We're over the target area now.
Good hunting, Ripcord. Breaker, we'll join you as soon as the jet stream calms down.
He can't hear you!
Check him out here before we get him out, get a little bit better look at the artwork on the side. I do like that. Looks like he's getting ready to step out of the plane there into the wild blue yonder. Of course, he seems like he might already have the oxygen mask on. I don't know. I've never done it. Get a good shot of the back. Everybody saw this and was like, we're going to get a Sky Striker. And then they saw that. Like, we're going to get a flag or a section of the flag. Yeah, we're not going to get either one of those probably. And there's a QR code. Another shot of the artwork. Another shot of him falling from the sky here. Right, let's see what this guy looks like. So pull him out of the box. Stand is at the bottom. Falls out. You have your Hasbro pamphlet here. And that is how he is packaged. That's what he comes with. Not super impressed with much other than the actual figure himself, but we'll get him out, check him out, and try to give him a fair shake. I have to get his parachute out. Parachute is packaged, taped into the box. Looks like that's just like packing tape or something, so I'll grab it out of there. As you can see, I have his 60th anniversary Brethren and Lady Run out over here, plus Ripcord, because this is basically Ripcord, and Airborne, because this is Airborne. So those are the guys that I got out. Let's go ahead and move this down just a little bit. So I will go ahead and tell you right now, I do not like the gear that he comes with. This is the Steel Core loadout. It's beyond old at this point. They're not the worst weapons in the line, but they're not great, and I think everybody, including me, is pretty tired of seeing them, so we're going to go over those quickly, because I know everybody has seen them all before. So they are in this, like, ash gray color, I guess, maybe. You got this, the little, somewhere between a SMG and an assault rifle type thing. Magazine does come out of that. We've seen all this before, so I'm not going to spend a great deal of time on it. Do have this little pistol, has the extended barrel. there. There should be a compensator in here somewhere, but I didn't see one. So set that over to the side. Does come with this assault rifle with the skeleton stock, removable magazine on it as well, and this little, I guess this is a grenade launcher, little underbarrel grenade launcher, and little foregrip there. Knife, just is about as bare boned as it can get. This guy might as well just have a piece of rebar or something with him. No, not much detail on it. No paint on any of this stuff. Then he does have the sniper rifle, which is a pretty decent weapon. I mean, we've seen this several times as well, but here in this color, it's just kind of blah. And I guess you could always say that this stuff is painted up, spray painted or whatever to match. Does match his camo, so that's plus on that. Removable magazine. It looks like, no, it looks like some weird, I guess that's in the mold maybe, there around the selector switch. I'm just seeing things. Maybe I'm just seeing things. Okay, so we do have that. Now let's take a look at the helmets. Here is a helmet that we get with ripcord. I do like that these come down on it. And it's got the camera up here on the top, goes into the helmet. So I think it definitely looks better with ripcord. I just think it looks better in black. And he's got the stripe up here on the top that matches all of his web gear and harness and stuff. And the one up here is just, I mean, it is black. It is a different color black. It's like a matte, but it just looks so much better here. And this thing always pops off of here every time I move him around. So he basically has, you know, the helmet and the hose, same one. Come with ripcord, but they really did do it better with ripcord, I believe. Looks better. I guess because it's two colors. And on ripcords, even the hose, like the electrical cord going up the hose, is, I don't know if it's a different color or if it's a different color black, but either way, so it all looks better with ripcord. But it is some nice looking gear. It's got some nice sculpt work to it, and I love that they do have the hose that is wrapped around it. So it's nice. It just, they saved the good stuff for ripcord, which honestly they really should have. So let's put that there. Let's take a look at his tactical helmet he comes with. I've seen this one before too, I do believe. This looks okay. It's kind of meh, but it does really go with the way that they've got him painted up. Got his camo, and he does have the vision, night vision, infrared, whatever this may be. And I want to see if it stays in this helmet better than Airborne's. This is Airborne's helmet, right? Yeah. So, because the one that I have for Airborne will barely stay in there. Like, that thing always falls out. And this is the same mold, so looks like that's going to be very hard to get that to stay in. That went in pretty good. I've never been able to get Airborne's in that well. So that does go in there. It's painted silver here. Airborne's is more of a duller gray, almost like a gunmetal color gray. So we have that helmet. Then we have the two pair of the goggles. Silver here with Airborne's, they are blue. And then we have the padded goggles with the cover on them, dust cover, whatever that cover may be. I have these on Airborne. I just have them. I know he'd never probably jump or rappel like that because they'd get caught on something. They're pretty much there just so I don't wind up losing them. I don't know if they'll fit on this guy with the ripcord gear on or not, but we're going to find out. Do have the pack that the parachute is supposed to fit into. We will try that out and see. But before I attempt to open this pack, I'm not going to do what I did with ripcord. I'm going to heat this because on ripcord's pack, the first time I opened it, it put stress fractures on it and stress marks on the plastic. I am going to heat this before I pop this open, and then all of the web gear and stuff for it. Shouldn't be that much trouble getting it on him. That unsnaps. So again, looks way better with ripcord than it does with this guy. But I'm thinking, even though all of these accessories are rather bland once it's on him, so let's go ahead and take a look at the man himself here. I do really like this figure, all camoed up. Like, I mean, all camoed up. This dude got camo on his neck. It's on his neck. Would that not rub off and melt off and get on the inside of this helmet? Because it really seems like it would. So compared to Airborne, so next to Airborne, I mean, I love Airborne. This dude looks fantastic. Camo, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 different colors on camo there. Are they the same knee pads? They are. They just actually went into detail with his. So this guy looks really good. I'm happy with the way this figure looks. I think they did go a little overboard with the camo here, but I'm sure this is probably paint, or not paint, plastic. It's like they just molded the whole head in plastic and painted everything else, I think. So let's check him out. Eyes looks good. All the camo looks good. Lips look good. Looks like there may be some overspray on the lips, but I guess you could also argue that maybe he just got some on his lips while he was putting on his camo. Does have patch there. It looks like the Marine insignia that they're using for the Marines. So that's interesting, because I thought this guy was the Air Force representative, if that's indeed what that is. That's what it looks like to me. We got leatherneck sitting here, and that looks like that's what's on his cap. Grenades. You can see the design choices that they made as far as coloring him up. And Airborne does have the American flag there on that same spot. Grenades a dark glossy black. All of the web gear, the harness and everything. It actually looks better on this guy than it does on Airborne. You got the clip, carabiner, whatever that is there. Painted metal. It's a little brighter on Airborne, but not too bad. I mean, it looks good on both. And then on the back, same thing on the back. It's the exact same figure. It's just the choices that they took painting him up. So he does, yep, all that is the same. So we'll set him there just a second. Losing your helmet there, Airborne. Airborne fresh from the Dragonfly, rappelling off of the winch on the Dragonfly. So check out joint movement. All those are tight. All that sounds good. Ankle swivel. Ankle rockers that we usually are used to seeing. Got his butterfly there. That right one is a little tight. Work that one. Get more movement out of the box, out of the left one than the right one. But you can hear it squeaking and creaking there. That one is, he's a little bit tight. So let's check out the elbows. So he seems to move really well. He does have Ripcord's altimeter there. And over here has that patch, that insignia there that I can't read. I'm trying to read it. Halo, okay. It says Halo. It's like a dagger with wings or something. So, all right, so that's what it says over here. He has the American flag going the correct way. So I do really like the way this guy looks. Seems like he's going to pose pretty well. Drop down hips. No issues there. Now I'm almost hesitant to even bother showing the weapons. Let's just pick one and see how he holds them. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time trying to get these weapons in this guy's hand, because I will probably, honestly, if he even has one, it'll probably be this one. And the suppressor does come off of the sniper rifle if you so choose, but it doesn't go onto the pistol. Is this airborne? Same pistol? Yes, it is. So that's why airborne's got, that's why that's all funky looking, because he's got nowhere really to put his gun. So again, he'd never actually, you know, do it that way. I just have it that way for storage. So you can use the suppressor though with this one if you want. So I like the way that looks, makes that weapon look a little bit better. So, and then the suppressor will go right there. And it seems like this was a really tight fit getting this in here on airborne, and it's going to be on him. I'm not going to force that. When I heat that chute up, I will take a look at that. So let's go ahead and throw a helmet on him, see how he looks. So I talked about the helmet looking kind of bland and everything just being kind of blah. That looks pretty badass, because it completely matches his camo and matches some of his web gear, his vest and stuff there. So, guy feels really good. It's a really good feeling figure as far as plastic and whatnot. So see if we can get these on without heating them up, because sometimes these goggles don't want to go on. I think had one that was really hard getting on there. Maybe it was low lights. Like, if you put them on without heating them up, you feel like you were gonna tear them in two. So let's go ahead, and this is a good look, but we'll see if we can. There we go. I like that. I dig that look for him. I'll probably rock that more than I will the actual Halo gear for this guy. This is more of a assault theme dude. I really like the way this looks here. So we'll go ahead and pull this off of him. And check out his Halo helmet. Oh, wait a minute. I don't think it's supposed to stop. All right. I don't like this nearly as well on him as I do on Ripcord. Like it's hitting this collar a little bit and don't want to go all the way down. It's on there really loose. You have to tuck it kind of underneath the collar for it to go on. That don't look so bad like that. That looks good too, but I really like the more like assault look better for it. And I had a hard time getting this mask on Ripcord. So we'll see if we have an easier time of it here. I had a really hard time getting those little mushroom pegs to go through this helmet. And it went in a lot easier on his than it did on Ripcord. That seemed to go in way better. Get an idea what you guys think. Now, what does this plug into? So this one has a hole in it, and it goes back into the parachute. I was wondering about that, because I was looking at it going, Ripcord has a spot in his web gear for this, and this is different web gear. So it actually plugs into the parachute pack. All right, well, since we're at that time, I'm going to go ahead and heat that up just a little bit and see if we can open that without stressing the plastic on it. See how that works out for us. Got that warmed up, so that did open up, and I mean, there's no stress. There wasn't any stress fracturing doing it that way, so, but this little hinge is just really small piece of plastic there where this opens. Like, I haven't opened Ripcords again, and I don't guess I really need to unless I put the chute with him, which honestly I may do because it looks better with him. So heating that up did put a whole lot less stress on it, but this is, man, this piece of plastic scares me. I said that when I looked at Ripcord. I think anybody that's opening it much, you're going to wind up tearing it. So let's see if we can get this on him with all of this stuff already on. It seems like I also had a really hard time. You know what? Let's take that off. Getting Ripcord's arms through it. That wasn't too bad. One thing I can say about it, though, is that it does stay in place pretty well. At least on Ripcord. I don't know what it's going to do on Airborne. That backpack, the backpack peg is a little warm. So it's kind of mushy, and I'm not sure if I have it lined up with his back very well. I did heat up that buckle hole for this mushroom peg. Very hard to heat that part without burning your fingers when you're using a hairdryer to do this. So hopefully it's still warm enough. Yep, we got that in there. All right, now we can put his helmet back on, hopefully, and get him geared up and plug that in. I was hoping I was going to be able to do that and keep the mask on. Alright, so now, so it kind of goes into the side for him, whereas on Ripcord, goes onto his web gear. I actually think I might like this better. And it seems like the hose, I don't know if, I can't remember if Ripcord, seems like it was pre-curved already. I kind of like it going back into the pack better than I do on the belt with Ripcord, honestly. So there he is with that stuff on him, and I gotta say, I do like it. He does look good. I like this helmet on him more than I thought I was going to. I probably still am going to use this helmet and the optics with him, night vision, whatever, make this guy more of an assault dude. So, but the look overall is pretty good. Got the pistol in there, and I did forget to heat that up. So, does stand pretty well with it. I hadn't really tried getting him in any dynamic poses. I mean, what you want is this guy falling, coming at you like that, but it's really hard to set a figure up that way, isn't it? So, did not try putting this on him. It will fit on the helmet, but it's hard to get it kind of over that optic. You have to pop this off and heat this, pop this off, put it down on there. And to me, it is more trouble than it's worth, but you guys have seen it before. And again, I just got it hanging to the back with Airborne. Let's go ahead and look at a different weapon with him while we're doing it. This one probably would make a little more sense for him if he is jumping and he's going to be holding a weapon, which I don't really see, but that one probably would make a little more sense than either one of these other two. And we got to put his knife in his sheath here. It goes in. Some Airborne sometimes will fall out. It stays in better than some, but not as good as others. So which one do you guys like better? Do you like Airborne with Ripcord's parachute setup? How do you think it looks better? It's a hard choice. They both look really, really good. So I don't know, man. I like Ripcord just fine, but I like camo Ripcord, which is funny because this guy is all camoed up and he's not Ripcord. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that, get the suppressor in there, and then we'll see if we can fold that backpack up, or that parachute up, and get it into his pack there. Even with heat, it took a bit to actually get that suppressor in there. So did get it in there though, not a big deal. You just have to heat it, and I have nails, so kind of push it in there, and it went went right in, and this thing popped out too. So I heated this up, got that tab open. So let's take a look at the parachute. So I do dig this. I'm guessing this is just going to go on the outside of this pack and come up and in or out to the side. I didn't actually open this up on the parachute before I did all this, so I didn't realize that that's how this was. So it's going to go through the backpack tab, and then you're just going to fold it up and stuff it in there. I meant to bring Crazy Legs over here so he could help us pack this parachute up. So it's not a whole lot to this chute. And they did go out of their way to tell us this is for display only. It is not meant as a working parachute. However, it will somewhat work if you get up high enough. And I did say that if I ever got this figure, he was definitely going off of my deck on the second story, and I was going to film it. However, this figure was a gift, and I'm not going to do that with a gift. So if I do wind up with a second one somehow, I will make sure that I do that for you guys. Now, if this thing goes in there, it may never come back out, or it might just be a wad. I need Crazy Legs over here to show me how to do this. You just kind of got to stuff it in there. I'm sure you could probably fold it up and do a little bit better job than I did. But it does actually go in there. Doesn't really add that much weight to the figure. Adds some, but not too much. So here is the 60th anniversary Halo Jumper Action Pilot. Go ahead and get Bob here. Let's get Carl. And I actually haven't given this chick a name yet because she's a good figure, so I didn't give her any kind of stupid name. Get these guys. There are all of them set up together. What do you guys think? Did you guys? That's not even centered, is it? Let's try again. Probably I'll knock them all out of their poses now. You got Carl there doing the Happy Gilmore. That's how he sits on my shelf. That's unless you're going to take all his gear off and use him as an assault dude, that's the best use for him as comedy. So what do you guys think? Did you guys pick these up? I know there's a lot of people that army built these, so are you one of them? I was not. I want another sniper. Find one cheap enough, I'll pick up another one of this guy. But this is a really good figure. A lot of reuse here, but they did a very good job with the paint, the detail. So, you know, I'll kind of hit or miss on repaints. I feel like repaint and reuse, if it makes something unique and creative and it's not just, you know, rehashing the same old thing, unless it's the same character, I like the use of it. You know, they got to get their money out of stuff. So I don't mind that this is airborne, like exactly airborne with some of Ripcord and Steel Core's gear, because it looks nothing like him. I mean, you got to look to realize that you're looking at this figure with this one. I'd pick this guy up, especially if you are doing any kind of aerial display, or maybe we will someday get a Sky Striker. I doubt it, but either way, this is a really good figure. I would probably say that he is a 4 yeehaws out of 5, which is a really good score for a figure that is nothing but reuse and repaint for me, but he is done right. He's done well. I don't like him as well as I like the Sniper, but he is damn close. There's the review, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed it. Maybe you got something out of it. And once again, thanks to my buddy Krusty Old Crow for sending me this figure. I do really like him. I will catch you guys next time on 3 Star Draw.